Vanessa Brown, a 50-year-old history teacher, endured a distressing ordeal on March 26th when she was arrested and held in police custody for 7.5 hours over an alleged theft of 2 iPads. The devices, which had been traced to her mother's home in Cobham, Surrey, were later confirmed to belong to Ms. Brown's daughters, items she had temporarily confiscated to encourage them to focus on their studies, a fact Surrey police eventually acknowledged. Reflecting on the incident, Ms. Brown described the experience as deeply traumatic, criticising the officers for their heavy-handed approach. At no point did they consider that this might be an overreaction. A mother taking her children's iPads and visiting her elderly mother for coffee, she said. Their treatment of my mother, who is in her 80s, was appalling. They spoke to her as if she were a criminal. The chain of events began when a man in his 40s reported a possible theft, prompting Surrey police to launch a search operation. Officers arrived at Ms. Brown's mother's address, questioned her, and later arrested Ms. Brown, taking her to Staines police station. There, she was subjected to a search, fingerprinting, and custody photographs before being placed in a cell for several hours. The situation escalated further when police visited her children's school, pulling one of her daughters out of class. The emotional toll intensified when Ms. Brown learned her bail conditions would have barred her from seeing her children on Mother's Day. She was finally released and returned to her mother's home shortly after midnight, nearly 12 hours after officers first arrived. The aftermath left Ms. Brown in what she described as a catatonic state, unable to sleep as she grappled with the shock of the experience. Questions have since arisen about the police's handling of the case, particularly the 24-hour delay in determining no further action was necessary. Ms. Brown expressed frustration over the disproportionate police response, noting that serious crimes in her neighbourhood often go unanswered for days. They mobilised multiple officers and vehicles over a false theft claim within an hour. Yet violent crimes and thefts go ignored, she said. I still don't understand why this was prioritised so aggressively. Former Police and Crime Commissioner Anthony Stansfield criticised Surrey Police's actions, attributing the mishandling to incompetence and overzealousness at a junior level. There was no justification for detaining a respected teacher for 7 hours. She wasn't a flight risk, he remarked, urging the chief constable to issue a personal apology. In response, Surrey police stated that officers had acted on a report from the man in his 40s and that the iPad's tracking data had indicated their presence at the address. After locating the devices during a post-arrest search, Ms. Brown was released on bail pending further investigation. Once it was established that the iPads belonged to her children and that she had the right to confiscate them, the case was dropped. The incident has since fueled broader concerns about police priorities, particularly in light of recent cases where individuals have faced arrest for minor disputes while more serious crimes remain unresolved.